I just can't sell the OP-1.
Freebie.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shoutout goes to Martin Krutoff. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. Some of you may be surprised at the title of this video, not because I'm admitting that I can't sell the OP-1, but because I'm admitting that I've sort of been thinking about selling the OP-1, or even wanted to at times. Those of you who've been around since last, I think September or so, September of 2021, when I got my OP-1, will remember that I absolutely loved it as soon as I got it. It was kind of the holy grail of gear that I was after. The OP-1 was one of the videos that kind of inspired me to get into electronic music, or seeing the OP-1 in other folks' videos, namely Andrew Wong's videos and Jeremy's over at Red Means Recording. Their videos were really what inspired me to kind of start looking at getting into electronic music, and then I found the PO33 and started this channel, and the rest is history. Picking up an OP-1, chasing the OP-1 was kind of, like I said, the holy grail for the channel. So to finally get my hands on one felt incredible, and I absolutely loved it. I paid a great price for mine. I got it used, and I instantly went to work and created an album with it, FB1, which, by the way, you can listen to on my Bandcamp page, which is linked in the description if you want to check it out. And I also featured it pretty heavily in a lot of my holiday content last year. Of course, since I picked it up, just at about the start of the holiday season, September, October-ish. And I had a blast with it. I really, really enjoyed it. Then, of course, I moved into this new studio. Lady Freebeat and I got a new apartment, and I moved into this new studio, and I kind of stopped using the OP-1. I didn't really fall out of love with it or anything. I still really, really enjoy using it. Something changed. Something has changed within me. I almost said something is not the same, but that would be defying gravity, and that I'll probably get copyright strike just for saying those words. Anyway, something kind of changed in me that I'm not really sure what it was. It's not what it is, I should say. It's not my overall love for the OP-1, because it's still there. I still think it's a great production tool, a great piece of gear for DAWless music production. It's got everything I could possibly want: onboard microphone, speaker, powerful sampler, great synth engine, a tape recording method that I just absolutely love and think is genius, and I wish more devices had it. Now, of course, this is an OP-1 first generation, not the OP-1 Field, so it does not have multiple tapes, so you are just stuck to one song at a time, but I kind of like that. It forces you to work on that one same song, but for whatever reason, I just haven't really touched it. I've probably used it I'd say less than a total of, 48 hours this entire year. In fact, when I powered it on for this video and hit play, this is what was on here. And I have no idea what that's from. If it's from a video here on the channel, maybe, or just something I came up with and I was messing around. I have absolutely no clue. It's been that long since I've used it. And if we move a little further down the timeline, it's actually copied again right here. Which is kind of weird. If we keep going... Oh, there is more, yeah. No clue what this is. Yeah, absolutely no idea. Looks like we have a loop set up as well here, maybe? Same thing, okay. We're an F. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I have no clue what that's from. Anyway, I just have not used the OP-1. I'm sure working on the live shows, kind of forced me to ignore the OP-1 for other more pressing, more immediate pieces of hardware that I needed to use to complete the big live show over the summer. I did add some new gear. Actually, you know what? I just figured out what the reason is that I stopped using the OP-1. Pretty sure it's because of this. Pretty sure it's because a very, very gracious soul sent me a deluge, I believe, like December, January. So very late last year or early this year, sent me a deluge. And that's what I really replaced the OP-1 with. It's still got the onboard speaker, battery powered, but I could sequence like this instead of using the tape track. And I think I just fell in love with the different options that the deluge provided me that the OP-1 did not. And I think I just forgot to go back to the OP-1, honestly. I think it's as simple as that. I just simply forgot to go back to the OP-1 and really didn't feel bothered to do so, I suppose. In terms of new gear that I picked up this year that might have also distracted me from the OP-1, I didn't really grab too much. I got the PO-133 Street Fighter. The same person who sent me the deluge also sent me a PO-33 KO, a new working one. So I essentially got two more PO-33s, because the PO-133, is a PO-33 basically. And then I also picked up the Liven XFM by Sonicware and the Roland Ira E4. Now that's everything I've bought this year with my own money. Of course, late summer, early fall, I started working with Zounds and gained the ability to check out a whole lot more gear than I had access to before. So that's where I grabbed like the Polyana tracker from, and I've been really, really enjoying that. Of course, I just did my holiday buyer's guide with a whole bunch of other gear as well. But yeah, there hasn't been like a ton of stuff that's really distracted me from using the OP-1. And so last month I realized that, and I was like, it's just sitting on the shelf. It should probably go to someone who will actually use it. So I sat down and thought about selling this. And almost immediately I realized I couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to sell my OP-1. I don't have a reason why. And I'd like to hear from you. If you've ever had a similar experience with a piece of gear, something you don't really use, but you just can't bring yourself to get rid of it. I'm not a hoarder or anything like that. I've sold other gear. I've gotten rid of other things, across many of my different passions and topics of interest, hobbies, some might call them, but I just can't bring myself to do it with the OP-1. And I'm trying to figure out why, because it's honestly kind of been bothering me for a while, about a month, like I said, and I don't know. So I did come up with a solution, or what I'm hoping is going to turn into a solution. I'm taking a little bit of a trip this holiday season, a fairly short trip, less than a week, with Lady Freebeat, and I'll be on a plane, and I figured I'd take the OP-1 with me and see if using this on a plane, we'll get the hipster shot out the window too, but using this on a plane and as my sole piece of music creation gear, sorry, someone just started vacuuming, don't know if you can hear that, on this trip. And of course, then I will share that song with all of you, and I'll do my best to document me using the OP-1 on that trip. But I'll do an overview video when we get back. But I'm hoping that there are only going to be one of two different outcomes to this little experiment. Either I have such a great time using the OP-1 that I keep it and never think again about selling it, or I realize that, selling it is the right move to make, and I do send it off to a happy home, probably sometime very early next year. So that's where I'm at right now. And until I had the idea to take the OP-1 on this trip with me, I really wasn't even going to discuss this with all of you, but it's been eating away at me, and I kind of want to figure out why I can't bring myself to sell it. I'm hoping that this trip and experiment solves that question for me, but I would love to know your thoughts and experiences down in a comment below. So if you could be so kind as to leave your thoughts and experiences in a comment below, well, that'd be greatly appreciated. And that was a very redundant sentence. I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Just makes just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.